There's a lot of whales and there's institutions and manipulators out there. They all do their own thing, but you treat them, Wyckoff teaches, like it's one being you trade against. You have to think the way they think. And
yeah,
the
way
market's
they think, an animal.
Yeah,
it's an animal is how I like to look at it. I'm go ahead and talk about why some of the reasoning, Bitcoin is dumping. There's about 3 reasons I could think of. We're going to cover them right here. Elon Musk's SpaceX isn't the cause of this multi-billion-dollar Bitcoin bloodbath. It fell, amid the reports of hundreds of $1 million in quote-unquote sales of Bitcoin from SpaceX. This is what crossed the mind of Ritika. Just woke up. Who sold? Yeah, that does look like a scary candle. It was an unexpected major sell-off, and it jolted everyone after it had been a boring few weeks. Likely worldwide among traders and crypto hopefuls, given how sudden and deep the losses were, was the surprise here. As of 6 UTC Friday, fallen as much as 9%. Looks like it's pared it back down to about 7.78%. To 25K from 28,500. We have now pulled up to about 26K, correct? And on Binance, leading to a market-wide slump that sent major tokens like Litecoin tumbling by 14%. It's caused more than $1 billion in futures to be liquidated, a 14-month high. Some are pointing at SpaceX's supposed Bitcoin sales, unsubstantiated claim, while others saying the bankruptcy of Evergrande may have had something to do with the fall. However, neither of these events are the probable cause. Back to the Wall Street Journal report here. Citing internal company documents, they noted Elon's SpaceX had written down the value of his Bitcoin holdings in 2021 and 2022 and has sold the cryptocurrency. But that report came out before the plunge, and there's zero evidence the company sold again Thursday.
Yeah.
There's actually, they marked it down, is a better term. They marked it down about $330 million, 336. So if they bought $1 billion worth, and then they have to reassess the value, just like you have heavy equipment depreciation. SpaceX's heavy equipment depreciation is higher than about any company in the world. Because if you think about it, they have depreciating rockets. And so they have to, when you're in accounting, you have a depreciating asset. All right, you have your brand new car off the lot, you're a taxi cab company. You write down, hey, it's 50K. You go forward 4 years, you're not going to say you have a 50K asset in a car. You're going to mark it down to 20K. And so then it's going to say, hey, I've sold or marked down $30,000 worth of vehicles. Is that what's happening with Bitcoin? We don't know the exact number, so we don't know if he sold 10% and then the 90% of it is just falling. We don't know if 100% of the action is the price falling. We don't know if they're not even considering the price falling. Maybe they bought in lower and are actually selling some. Maybe they're up in their Bitcoin price. We don't really know the details. The reason we don't know the details, it's a privately held company. They don't have to open up their books. They can keep it somewhat closed. This was, they did open it up for Wall Street Journal a little bit. Did it a few years ago. What are your thoughts on SpaceX?
Yeah, no, the details of this are very, very sketchy, DZ. First of all, you look at the timing. You have to blame the story for the crash yesterday. Mm-hmm. Evergrande is also a big thing that's leading, and I think that's a bigger deal than the SpaceX story. But if you look at the timing of when that article was released, and then you look at the charts, it is perfect. I mean, that article comes out and immediately the candles start dropping. So Elon is to blame for the dump yesterday, but it's stupid that he's to blame. And in my opinion, DZ, this is the epitome of when Wyckoff talks about the composite man and the way he moves markets, and you have to imagine you're trading against that person. This was a classic composite man move.
Composite man's not a man made of like composite of other parts, right?
Like Frankenstein's monster?
Well, it's 2023. I don't know.
It's not Frankenstein's monster.
Okay,
no, it's from IKEA.
Okay,
serious I got an IKEA story while Cat's here.
Seriously, what a composite man is it's the concept of saying there's a lot of whales and there's institutions and manipulators out there. They all do their own thing, but you treat them, Wyckoff teaches, like it's one being you trade against. You have to think the way they think. And
the
way
market's
they think,
an animal. Yeah, it's an animal is how I like to look at it.
The way they think is they purposely put out articles at certain times to dump markets. They purposely put out articles at certain times to pump markets. I was watching a video today actually about, there's a classic example of this where George Soros wanted to buy copper. I think there's an Altcoin Daily clip. So shout out to Altcoin Daily. They were talking with Mark Yusko. Mark Yusko was saying when he wanted to buy copper, what did he do? He didn't just go out and buy copper. He first made sure that the articles he had control over printed very, very bad stories and FUD stories about copper.
How it stinks when you touch it.
He plummeted the price so that he could get more supply. Well, the same thing is happening here. When you look at a lot of different crypto channels, we've been talking about 25,000, 25.2 for a long time. Didn't think it was going to happen this soon, but it was a level to keep an eye on that we knew institutions, as we're seeing institutions get more heavily involved with ETFs and everything else. This was a great level they wanted to get to, and they found the perfect, thank you, Siri. They found the perfect example, the perfect excuse to dump the market so they could go buy more supply. I will say, DZ, I don't think that 25 is done. I think we will revisit 25. I have my own opinions on that. I talked about on Investing Bros this morning, but we'll talk about that more next week probably.
Hey, Kat, you want to say hey to Karen real quick? I know you read the comment. Someone asked in the chat, is this affecting the stock market? I pulled up Dow Jones Industrial Average. It's actually flat. It's up 0.14%. That's to you, Karen. Karen in the chat, Karen Harris. Kat is there. I so enjoyed having dinner with her on the BitBoy Pluto Alliance Galactic Cruise. Really, really fun time there. So yeah, we'll make sure you'll see Kat at all the events. We're going to be at Rare Evo. So anybody at Rare Evo, come hang out for sure. All right, so there's all right. So then we have the Evergrande story. Yes. So that's what we're talking about as far as SpaceX. Reason number 2, it could be, well, here we have 4 reasons really. A long squeeze. That's basically a bunch of greedy traders. Someone gets liquidated, then it kind of moves the mark, which then increases the odds the next person gets liquidated. Then we get a cascading liquidation event. Now, don't go anywhere with that one. So it could be the traders just getting wrecked there. Also, we have the Evergrande story. Let's see if they're talking about Evergrande. That's the secret reason. I have a secret theory too on it as well. Evergrande story. I mean, it's like a Chinese real estate company. It's down. They're saying, hey, it's just going to pull down the whole market. The real reason Evergrande is pulling down crypto, right? Or Evergrande.
Well, again, I think that they should, and it's also, you also got to think about recently what's happened in Hong Kong news. China had gotten a little bit more pro-crypto. I think a lot of people in China, in Hong Kong, had bought Bitcoin, and even though we knew Evergrande was going to crash, we've known about this for probably 2 years. I think it was a good spark as well that is going to bring a lot of FUD to China. But the real question, DZ, I want to know what you think about this. How do you think that the Evergrande story, it definitely is going to have a small effect on the stock market? Someone asked that earlier. What do you think it will do with BRICS? BRICS have come out a lot recently saying we don't want to trade anymore in US dollar. We want to do our own thing, but the Chinese yuan was going to be a pivotal factor in what the BRICS wanted to do to get away from the dollar. This Evergrande story and what we're seeing happen in the Chinese economy could be a real wrench in the system that they wanted to do. What are your thoughts about how this affects BRICS?
I don't think anyone is going to say, you know what, I wanted to get cozy with China over America, which is essentially what BRICS is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Then I think there's about 15 other nations that have joined this. You see China has some issues with Evergrande. That's not going to move the needle. Really, you're escaping the power of the West. And so is it not good? I mean, do you want to go enter into a trade agreement and all of a sudden one of their largest companies is collapsing? No, but is that going to be what moves the needle to make them, you know what, I'm rejecting BRICS and I'm just going to go ahead and plug into the system of the West? That's not going to happen. It's a lot larger reasons why they're choosing the BRICS alliance over, the Western Alliance and the EU alliance. Evergrande does have it's a little bit of a history. I'm gonna pull up. This is just an old article from 2021. And it's Evergrande and China's looming risk to Tether. To Tether's credit, they said they have sold out of all Evergrande commercial paper, although they still have some Chinese commercial paper. There's a lot of rumors that no, they still have a lot of Evergrande. So a lot of people are saying, oh, if Evergrande goes down or Evergrande, it's bad for Tether. Tether's going to collapse. If Tether collapses, the whole crypto market collapses. So I think that's, maybe reason number 3. So we have the traders, we have Elon, we have Evergrande. Reason number 4, and this is the funnest reason for me, I really need to get my tinfoil out for this one. This is a conspiracy, and I don't know if this is true, folks. This is more of a fun story, and I want to know what you guys think about it. Meanwhile, traders seem to be waiting on a Grayscale court ruling about the issuance of an ETF, a ruling. Here's the big announcement, widely expected to be announced on Friday.
Oh, that's today.
So we have a huge Grayscale SEC announcement. So this is the Federal Appeals Court, and this is the ruling on the Grayscale versus SEC case. And this will determine if the SEC was unreasonable in the repeated denial of their ETF. The ruling in Grayscale's favor would be a huge market-wide surge, while the opposite could jolt markets further. We saw a lot of action in XRP in the 24 hours leading up to the court case. Was there inside information? I certainly don't know. But the rumors, there was rumors that there was.
Yeah.
We don't know for sure. But rumors were insiders had knowledge. They started trading on it. Is there something similar happening with SEC versus Grayscale right now? It's a rumor. It's unsubstantiated. It's a conspiracy theory. I think there might be something there, though.
Scotty Swing is saying they said it was pushed to Tuesday.
Okay, the SEC ruling. Okay.
I mean,
well, by then it was too late. Hey, maybe too much action. They're like, hey, man, you front ran it. You told too many people. Let's see. In Elon, I trust. All right. When is the C Discord? I don't know. Let's see. Yeah. So push to Tuesday. Most things are better than XRP. Anglo says we've been duped by the system. All right. And Kat, your friend Karen, she likes a good hat. All right. Let's see. Here we got more SpaceX stuff. The SpaceX, just a little more details around what a write-down means. Write-down sparked confusion, and then the Bitcoiners, they're quizzing Elon Musk. Several outlets reported that they sold their entire Bitcoin holdings, while others express uncertainty, claiming they're unable to confirm the amount based on the wording of the report. That's what I was saying. Yes, the report claims they marked down the value by $373 million. By the way, that doesn't mean they sold $373 million and sold some. The selling some doesn't necessarily mean that they have no Bitcoin left. So they sold some. I think that guarantees that they mean they didn't sell all, right? You wouldn't say I sold some if you sold all. So they sold some. We don't know what the percentage is. And then Bitcoin, more than likely is down from the price that they got in. I'm assuming he bought around the same time he bought for Tesla, which is 10 to 15K Bitcoin. Been sitting on it for years. Yeah, maybe he took some profits. There. Let's see. Even got a community noted here by X. He revealed in 21 that SpaceX holds Bitcoin as well as Tesla on its balance sheet. When Tesla's Bitcoin holdings were made public, there were estimations around SpaceX, but we didn't really know which has been key to the ongoing confusion. Like I said earlier, privately held company. He doesn't have to share. He doesn't have to open up his books. Yeah. We just know they have some. How much do you think? How many Bitcoin does Elon hold? And here's a better question. What does Elon hold more of? Bitcoin or Doge?